Going to exercise, but
Stop raining?
it stopped raining. Yep. Okay. See you later. It's good. I'm good. Dad already checked. It was all over with at 4. I gotta go. Okay. Okay. First of all, happy Wednesday. Today is a Wednesday, April the 2nd. And what's so great about the next coming days is Annalise's birthday is coming up. Wait, whoa, go. And this is exciting. And I'm happy. So, I'm on my way to spin. It is raining. And it is kind of warm in this car. But, oh well. It's going to be hotter when I'm spinning. But anyway, I'm on my way to spin. And, wow, I just got a car wash today. Okay, seriously. I was supposed to go to regular boot camp. But, you know, mom life strikes again. Remember I said the reason for this journey specifically is to lose weight, you know, while balancing motherhood, wifehood, you know, being the hood, all the hoods. The purpose is to just share my journey. And y'all know I do too much when I'm driving. I'm sorry. I'm trying to work this out, but I'm balancing everything. So the reason, again, so I'm going to spin class. Spin class starts in 10 minutes. And I'm on the road. And I will get there in about 17 minutes. So I'm probably going to be about 7 minutes late. They're probably going to start about 5 minutes late. So technically, I'm only going to be like 2 minutes late. So, man, it's the wrong lip gloss. So, I'm going to spin instead of the regular 4:15 boot camp. Remember I told y'all I really like the 4:15 boot camp because you get it in, you get it out. But, you know, on Monday I did a double. So I did the 4:15 boot camp and I did spin right afterwards. And baby, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. Really couldn't, like, I just did it to see, you know what I'm saying, see what it was about, or see how I would feel. But in reality, I knew that I wasn't gonna be able to give it my all, like, for both classes, because that's a lot, you know what I'm saying. I might be, you know, not new to exercising, but I'm new to doing doubles, you know. So anyway, I did that on Monday, but today I'm only doing the spin because that was hard. Like, when I left on Monday, number one, I had been away from my kids for 3 hours. And that's fine because their daddy was there. You know, thank the Lord for him. Thank the Lord for him and what he be doing, what he be doing, what he be doing. But I can't do that. I can't be doing that all the time. That's not the proper balance. I hope y'all can hear me over the windshield wipers and stuff, but that's not the proper balance in what's needed in my life and how I can, you know, be there for my kids. So anyway, boom. So that's what happened on Monday. I did a double. And then Tuesday, man, y'all, that was a long day. I'm in the days. Help me out of the days, Lord. Okay, anyway. Tuesday, that was a long day yesterday because I only worked literally 1 hour. 1 hour. I mean, I told my boss everything I wasn't gonna be working today. I had to do stuff. So I worked 1 hour. And I had to take my son to get his hair done during school hours because I couldn't figure it out no other way. Then I had to feed the little Okay, y'all. I'm sorry to be recording from my camera. My phone. I left my camera at home, but I am not as sick anymore. Ooh. So I don't have no excuse to be looking like this other than the fact that I'm tired. I am exhausted. I went to bed at 3 a.m. because 1, I accidentally drank too much coffee. 2, my son's blood sugar wasn't coming down, and I'm just not comfortable going to sleep until it comes down. Again, that's a type 1 diabetes spill. Right now, I dropped off my oldest son to get his hair done during school hours because it's just, that's how life is right now. I went to this like thrift store called Savers, which some people may or may not have heard of it, but I definitely will be showing y'all the stuff that I got. But I'm gonna wait till I get home and get woke or whatever. I'm not waking up. I am not going to exercise today. Today is Tuesday, April the 1st. I'm not going to exercise today. I did a double yesterday, and I'm feeling it today. So I'll be taking a nap. I'm about to hurry up and get my coffee, get something to eat, and come back around here. But I will show you guys the things that I got. Basically, this is the children's book section. I really wanted to show y'all this section because when I first had my first son, Aaron, I wanted to make sure I, inundated him with books and everything. And the girl was, a little brokey broke. So I had to get my books from like the thrift store, the Goodwill, things like that. And truth be told, they was cheap. So I'm showing y'all. See this book right here, $2.99, Judy Moody. This is a book that I used to read when I was a kid. That's a chapter book, so that's like 2nd, 3rd grade or whatever. But still, if you have kids, if you want to buy them some books, I encourage you guys to go to Savers if you have one. The Goodwill, thrift stores, they got level 2 books, level 1 books, all of that. And then this, I purchased this from the store. Left Behind is a book series that I used to hear about when I was a kid. It's a long story, y'all. But anyway, they also had like Dave Ramsey books. So I wanted to show y'all what they had. And these are the 4 books that I bought. And this is how much they cost. And that was it. Just wanted to quickly check in, say hi, and let me know how your day is going. Okay? Let me know in the comments. Did you have a good day? Are you speaking a good day into your life? Like, is somebody bothering you? Did somebody get on your nerves? Is your coworkers acting up? Is your kids acting up? Is you acting up? Bye. And then I had to take him back to school. And then I had to go pick up the other little boy and take him to therapy because, newsflash, he has ADHD. And you know what I'm saying? Like, it all makes sense now. And I probably have it as well. But me managing 9-year-old ADHD is something that I need help with. So anyway, went to his ADHD therapist, which, come to find out, we're going to have to do that every week. Some weeks is going to be just me and Dad. Some weeks is going to be all 3 of us. But either way, it was very good. And I need to remind myself to make a video on what this ADHD therapy session was about, like how did it go, even though there's confidentiality laws and stuff. It's confidentiality about like what I can't record stuff, but it's not confidential to me about the tools that are gonna help us. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about that. And matter of fact, I'm gonna say the things I want to talk about right now because I want to write it down next time I'm reviewing this video. So 1, I want to talk about him having ADHD. 2, I want to talk about him and his type 1 diabetes. 3, I want to talk about the whole thing of me managing the type 1 diabetes and how he feel about it and our journey. Well, that's 3. That's 3. 4, I want to talk about how he got type 1 diabetes, what had happened. And then 5, I also want to make another video about about some stuff that happened with me. Like, I want to tell y'all about like my road to how I got fat, basically. And anyway, so this start there. That was 6 things. So anyway, on my way to spin class today, Wednesday, April the 2nd, like I said before, and I hope I can power through. I feel good in my body. Dang, I just skipped over yesterday. But anyway, after we had, this is why I think I got ADHD too. So we went to the ADHD therapist. Then that lasted a long time. Next thing I know, it was 4 o'clock. Like I said, I only worked 1 hour, and that was like from 9 to 10. Anyway, so then next thing I know, it was 4 o'clock, and then next thing I know, my other son was like, "Well, Mama, I left my cleats." So I had to bring him his cleats. I always forget where I need to go right here. I'm going to go right here. Need to give him his cleats, and then he was like, "I need a little school, you know, I need to bring my sandwich up here too," because he got track practice. Then thereafter, he has football practice because he's my little athlete, because the Lord blessed him with that gift. And I know that the Lord is also going to show him how to use that gift in this world. Yeah. So anyway, that's what happened yesterday. So yesterday was a day I did not exercise intentionally. I didn't walk. I didn't exercise, you know, but I think I could have walked, even if it was just 15 minutes. I just need to walk every day, even if it's just 15 minutes. And I've said that multiple times, but I haven't been able to do it. So I will let y'all know whenever I am able to do that, because it needs to be done. Woo! Now we on today. So today, I was my day off. Not off for work, but my day I didn't have nowhere to go for these kids during work or all this kind of stuff. So anyway, I worked, and then what delayed me from going to the 415 boot camp really was a combination of two things. One, it was raining real bad, and it seemed like it was going to be a tornado. Two, Austin came home with a trauma story that he had to tell me, you know, and, you know, my child is a little dramatic. You know, he is. It's an ADHD thing. He's a bit of a drama king, you know, but, you know, he my drama king, and we're going to work out how this drama king going to be successful in life. Glory to God. So, he had an issue at school where basically a kid came up to him and told him about a dream that she had. So it was a little girl came up to him and told him about a dream she had about two other students, you know, having intercourse. And he was traumatized because we only recently told him what that was, what sex was. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, so that's why I'm doing this. But anyway, we only recently told him what it was, like, kid you not, maybe like 4 months ago. He's 9 years old, and I don't know, I don't have a rule book for explaining, but I do have a book that I be using, which the ADHD lady said is a book she would have recommended. And I was like, girl, I'm already on it. That's just the type of resourceful person that I am, okay? And it's called Positive Discipline. If anybody wants to know, it's called Positive Discipline. And I looked at that book because when he was asking, I answered to the best of my ability. And I knew it was going to be an ongoing thing. So when I answered it, I don't really feel like going into all of what I said. But basically, I told him what it was. And I told him it's for married people. And I told him that God created it so that women can have babies so that we can reproduce, because if we wasn't able, how else would we have a reproduction? How else would we make more people in this world? And then he was all, you know, okay, I don't want her no more, whatever. And I was like, okay. But in the book, it said that he probably was going to ask more questions later. This isn't a one-time conversation. Something that's going to happen over time, and he's going to ask more questions. So that book, I be going to it, y'all. It's not a book where you just can read it all in one sitting. It is like a resource for you throughout parenting. I would recommend that. So, where I leave off. Yes. So he is a drama king, and he had a right to be, you know, upset about what had happened. But he's a person that I got to tackle head on, and I did. And I handled the situation and told him some stuff. And again, I can't go into all the detail about it because it's too long. But essentially, a little girl told him that she had a dream about two of the kids having, and then it traumatized, like he just was like uncomfortable about it. But he is comfortable with his nurse because he has type 1 diabetes. So when he was at the nurse, he told her, you know, something happened, or somebody told him something today that now that he's thinking about it, it's kind of weird and uncomfortable, and I don't really like that I was told this. And so she told the principal, and the principal called me, and he basically had to preface the conversation, y'all, he ain't in trouble. And I was like, thank you. And I was like, now what? And so anyway, he called and told me what Austin had said, and he told me to see if I can, you know, get some information out of him later on today about it, because Austin wouldn't say who the kids were because Austin didn't want to lose his friends. Like, he felt like his friends would be upset that he told or whatever. But anyway, like, if y'all have any advice about those type of topics, let me know in the comments below. But for now, I'm gonna call my auntie, who I need some support and advice on what I should do, because he did tell me what happened all the way and how he felt in this, that, and third. So anyway, that's what caused me to be late for boot camp, because I wasn't about to be like, like I said, he's dramatic child. He came in the house like this, and I was just like, here we go. But he came in the house, you know, just all traumatized and whatnot. But anyway, I knew that I had to, and he get home at 4, and if I don't leave at 4, I'm gonna be late, and and if I don't leave before 4, I'm gonna be late. So I stayed to talk to him about it and stuff, and I ended up saying, at the end of it all, I ended up telling him, you know what, son, I said, at the end of the day, I said, that's for married people and grown-ups. Y'all kids, y'all shouldn't be talking about that mess. And I said, say that. And he said, we kids. And I said, say we kids. He said, we kids. And he said, we shouldn't be talking about that mess. And he said, we shouldn't be talking about that mess. And I said, that's how you got to look at it, instead of being so distraught and sad. And I was like, but at the same time, I understand, you know, he a kid and something like that going, because they said some stuff that he said, they mentioned moaning and they mentioned clapping, and he really didn't want to go into the stuff about the clapping. But I was like, son, it's okay to tell me, because I'm your mama, and I got you. Like, I'm gonna help teach you and learn. And I was like, because at the end of the day, everything or whatever they talked about, I said 9 times out of 10, it's not for kids, it's for grown-ups. I said, but it's not. I said, God made that for married people, and it's for grown married people that make kids. And I was like, it ain't for kids to do. And I said, so I understand that you're upset about it right now. I said, but just understand. I was like trying to make him say this out loud over and over so that maybe it could get in his mind. Because, child, I was not trying to talk about this all night. But anyway, I told him that. And that's what happened. So instead, like, long-winded answer to this, right? Instead, we are going to go to the 5:45 spin class. I didn't want to do spin because I didn't want my butt hurting. I didn't want my feet hurting. And I didn't want my back hurting, because sometimes my back hurt, not a lot. My feet always hurt. I be having to take it off that pedal. And then 3, my butt, I'm just used to it now. It hurt, but it ain't like unbearable like it used to be when I first started spinning, or when I first ever encountered spinning. But I will say, I think that he has some more cushiony seats, and that's that. So I'm on my way to spin Wednesday, April the 2nd. I hope you guys had a great day. I hope you guys are having a great day. I'm sorry for talking so fast, but I knew what I needed to say, and I wanted to say what I had to say. And it's raining, and it's April, and I forgot April showers bring May flowers, and that's what happened. So I will talk to y'all maybe after I spin, but y'all know I'm gonna be recording, like, so y'all can see it. So have a good evening.
You got me overthinking, yeah, where we could be. Needed some clarity. I'm in too deep now. Can't help but picture fantasies. Just you and me, like it's meant to be. Can't you see, baby? You got me overthinking. When you come closer to my body, a delicate touch of instinct, moving slow but my heart's racing, yeah. Your fingers sliding down.
Okay, y'all, this is my dinner for today. Wednesday. Is today Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, April the 2nd. I just came back from spin, and I'm eating salad with some tuna in there, and I'm about to do a little bit more work. And I just wanted to let y'all know, because I said I was going to try to start getting my food, but here is my food for today, and I am going to relax after this. So thank you, and have a good night.